Bienvenue chez Examist, votre partenaire de confiance pour réussir vos certifications. Nous proposons des supports d'études complets, en ligne et hors ligne. Et nous sommes là pour vous guider pas à chaque étape. Des guides PDF détaillés aux exercices pratiques bien structurés. Toutes les questions essentielles sont soigneusement couvertes pour vous donner toutes les chances de réussir. Vous aurez toujours les bonnes ressources à portée de main. Téléchargez les PDFs. Faites des tests et connectez-vous à notre équipe d'assistance experte. Avec la pratique interactive en ligne. Entraînez-vous et quand vous voulez. À votre rythme. Nos PDFs prêts pour l'examen sont soigneusement élaborés et régulièrement mis à jour. Des milliers d'apprenants certifiés font confiance à notre qualité et à notre sérieux. Des professionnels qualifiés sont disponibles pour répondre à vos questions. Commencez dès aujourd'hui et donnez à votre préparation l'avantage décisif avec Examist. Visitez Examist. Comme dès maintenant. Examist. Votre parcours vers le succès commence ici.
Question 1. Universal Containers, UC, is replacing the homegrown CRM solution with Salesforce. UC has decided to migrate operational, open and active, records to Salesforce, while keeping historical records in legacy system. UC would like historical records to be available in Salesforce on an as-needed basis. Which solution should a data architect recommend to meet business requirement? Option A. Leverage real-time integration to pull records into Salesforce. Option B. Build a swivel chair solution to go into the legacy system and display records. Option C. Leverage mashup to display historical records in Salesforce. Option D. Bring all data in Salesforce and delete it after a year. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Leverage mashup to display historical records in Salesforce. Question 2. Universal Containers has 30 million case records. The case object has 80 fields. Agents are reporting performance issues and timeouts while running case reports in the Salesforce org. Which solution should a data architect recommend to improve reporting performance? Option A. Contact Salesforce support to enable skinny table for cases. Option B. Build reports using custom Lightning components. Option C. Create a custom object to store aggregate data and run reports. Option D. Move data off of the platform and run reporting outside Salesforce. And give access to reports. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Contact Salesforce support to enable skinny table for cases. Question 3. A custom pricing engine for a Salesforce customer has to be decided by factors with the following. Hierarchy. 1. State in which the customer is located. 2. City in which the customer is located if available. 3. Zip code in which the customer is located if available. 4. Changes to this information should have minimum code change. What should a data architect recommend to maintain this information for the custom pricing engine that is to be built in Salesforce? Option A. Configure the pricing criteria in Pricebooks. Option B. Maintain required pricing criteria in custom metadata types. Option C. Assign the pricing criteria within custom pricing engine. Option D. Create a custom object to maintain the pricing criteria. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Maintain required pricing criteria in custom metadata types. Question 4. A customer is operating in a highly regulated industry and is planning to implement Salesforce. The customer information maintained in Salesforce includes the following. 1. Personally identifiable information. P. 2. IP restrictions on profiles organized by geographic location. 3. Activity. Additionally, users should not be allowed to export information from Salesforce Which 3 Salesforce Shield capabilities should a data architect recommend? Choose 3. Option A. Event monitoring to monitor all user activity. Option B. Encrypt sensitive customer information maintained in Salesforce. Option C. Prevent sales users access to customer P information. Option D. Restrict access to Salesforce from users outside specific geography. Option E. Transaction security policies to prevent export of Salesforce data. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Event monitoring to monitor all user activity. Option B. Encrypt sensitive customer information maintained in Salesforce. Option E. Transaction security policies to prevent export of Salesforce data. Question 5. Universal Containers (UC) is transitioning from classic to Lightning experience. What does UC need to do to ensure users have access to its notes and attachments in Lightning experience? Option A. Manually upload notes in Lightning experience. Option B. Manually upload attachments in Lightning experience. Option C. Add notes and attachments related lists to page layouts in Lightning experience. Option D. Migrate notes and attachments to enhanced notes and piles using a migration tool. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Migrate notes and attachments to enhanced notes and piles using a migration tool. Question 6. Universal Containers has a Sales Cloud implementation for a sales team and an enterprise resource planning (ERP). As a customer master, sales teams are complaining about duplicate account records and data quality issues with account data. Which 2 solutions should a data architect recommend to resolve the complaints? Choose 2. Option A. Build a nightly batch job to the dupe data and merge account records. Option B. Integrate Salesforce with ERP and make ERP a system of truth. Option C. Build a nightly sync job from ERP to Salesforce. Option D. Implement the dupe solution and establish account ownership in Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Integrate Salesforce with ERP and make ERP a system of truth. Option D. Implement the dupe solution and establish account ownership in Salesforce. Question 7. Universal Containers (UC) has adopted Salesforce as its primary sales automation tool. UC has 100,000 customers with a growth rate of 10% a year. UC uses an on-premise web-based billing and invoice system that generates over 1 million invoices a year, supporting a monthly billing cycle. The UC sales team needs to be able to pull up a customer record and view their account status, invoice history, and open opportunities without navigating outside of Salesforce. What should a data architect use to provide the sales team with the required functionality? Option A. Create a Visual Force tab with the billing system encapsulated within an iframe. Option B. Create a custom object and migrate the last 12 months of invoice data into Salesforce so it can be displayed on the account layout. Option C. Write an Apex callout and populate a related list to display on the account record. Option D. Create a mashup page that will present the billing system records within Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Create a mashup page that will present the billing system records within Salesforce. Question 8. Universal Containers (UC) is in the process of migrating legacy inventory data from an enterprise resource planning (ERP) system into Sales Cloud with the following requirements. 1. Legacy inventory data will be stored in a custom child object called inventory C. 2. Inventory data should be related to the standard account object. 3. The inventory C object should inherit the same sharing rules as the account object. 4. Anytime an account record is deleted in Salesforce, the related inventory C record S should be deleted as well. What type of relationship field should a data architect recommend in this scenario? Option A. Lookup relationship field on inventory C. Related to account. Option B. Indirect lookup relationship field on account. Related to inventory C. Option C. Master detail relationship field on inventory C. Related to account. Option D. Master detail relationship field on account. Related to inventory C. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Master detail relationship field on inventory C. Related to account. Question 9. Northern Trail Outfitters has implemented Salesforce for its sales associates nationwide. Senior management is concerned that the executive dashboards are not reliable for their real-time decision making. On analysis, the team found the following issues with data entered in Salesforce. 1. Information in certain records is incomplete. 2. Incorrect entry in certain fields causes records to be excluded in report filters. 3. Duplicate entries cause incorrect counts. Which 3 steps should a data architect recommend to address the issues? Choose 3. Option A. Explore third-party data providers to enrich and augment information entered in Salesforce. Option B. Build a sales data warehouse with purpose-built data marts for dashboards and senior management reporting. Option C. Design and implement data quality dashboard to monitor and act on records that are incomplete or incorrect. Option D. Periodically export data to cleanse data and import them back into Salesforce for executive reports. Option E. Leverage Salesforce features, such as validation rules, to avoid incomplete and incorrect records. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Explore third-party data providers to enrich and augment information entered in Salesforce. Option C. Design and implement data quality dashboard to monitor and act on records that are incomplete or incorrect. Option E. Leverage Salesforce features, such as validation rules, to avoid incomplete and incorrect records. Question 10. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, has been using Salesforce for sales and service for 10 years. For the past 2 years, the marketing group has noticed a rise from 0% to 35% in returned mail when sending mail using the contact information stored in Salesforce. Which solution should the data architect use to reduce the amount of returned mail? Option A. Email all customers and ask them to verify their information and to call NTO if their address is incorrect. Option B. Delete contacts when the mail is returned to save postal costs for NTO. Option C. Have the sales team call all existing customers and ask to verify the contact details. Option D. Use a third-party data source to update the contact information in Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Use a third-party data source to update the contact information in Salesforce. Question 11. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, runs its entire business out of an enterprise data warehouse, EDW. NTO's sales team is starting to use Salesforce after a recent implementation, but currently lacks the data required to advance leads and opportunities to the next stage. Ento's management has researched Salesforce Connect and would like to use it to virtualize and report on data from the EOW within Salesforce. NTO will be running thousands of reports per day across 10 to 15 external objects. What should a data architect consider before implementing Salesforce Connect for reporting? Option A. Maximum page size for server-driven paging. Option B. Maximum external objects per org. Option C. O data callout limits per day. Option D. Maximum number of records returned. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. O data callout limits per day. Question 12. The data architect for universal containers has written a SOQL query that will return all records from the task object that do not have a value in the what ID field. Select ID. Description. Subject from task where what ID equals null when the data architect uses the query to select values for a process. A timeout error occurs. What does the data architect need to change to make this query more performant? Option A. Change the where clause to filter by a deterministic defined value. Option B. Change query to SOSL. Option C. Remove description from the requested field set. Option D. Add limit 100 to the query. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Remove description from the requested field set. Question 13. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, has a variety of customers that include households, businesses, and individuals. The following conditions exist within its system. 1. NTO has a total of 5 million customers. 2. Duplicate records exist, which is replicated across many systems, including Salesforce. Given these conditions, there is a lack of consistent presentation and clear identification of a customer record. Which three options should a data architect perform to resolve the issues with the customer data? Choose 3. Option A. Invest in data duplication tool to dedupe and merge duplicate records across all systems. Option B. Use Salesforce CDC to sync customer data across all systems to keep customer record in sync. Option C. Create a customer master database external to Salesforce as a system of truth and sync the customer data with all systems. Option D. Create a unique global customer ID for each customer and store that in all systems for referential identity. Option E. Duplicate customer records across the systems and provide a two-way sync of data between systems. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Invest in data duplication tool to dedupe and merge duplicate records across all systems. Option C. Create a customer master database external to Salesforce as a system of truth and sync the customer data with all systems. Option D. Create a unique global customer ID for each customer and store that in all systems for referential identity. Question 14. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, wants to implement backup and restore for Salesforce data. Currently, it has data backup processes that runs weekly, which backs up all Salesforce data to an enterprise data warehouse, EDW. NTO wants to move to daily backups and provide restore capability to avoid any data loss in case of outage. What should a data architect recommend for a daily backup and restore solution? Option A. Change weekly backup process to daily backup and implement a custom restore solution. Option B. Use bulk API to extract data on daily basis to EDW and REST API for restore. Option C. Use ETL tool for backup and restore from EDW. Option D. Use App Exchange package for backup and restore. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Use App Exchange package for backup and restore. Question 15. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, operates a majority of its business from a central Salesforce org. NTO also owns several secondary orgs that the service, finance, and marketing teams work out of. At the moment, there is no integration between central and secondary orgs, leading to data visibility issues. Moving forward, NTO has identified that a hub-and-spoke model is the proper architecture to manage its data, where the central org is the hub and the secondary orgs are the spokes. Which tool should a data architect use to orchestrate data between the hub org and spoke orgs? Option A. A middleware solution that extracts and distributes data across both the hub and spokes. Option B. Develop custom APIs to poll the spoke org for change data and push into the hub org. Option C. Develop custom APIs to poll the hub org for change data and push into the spoke orgs. Option D. A backup and archive solution that extracts and restores data across orgs. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. A middleware solution that extracts and distributes data across both the hub and spokes. Question 16. A large retail B2C customer wants to build a 360-degree view of its customers for its call center agents. The customer information is currently maintained in the following systems. 1. Salesforce CRM. 2. Custom Billing Solution. 3. Customer Master Data Management, MDM. 4. Contract Management System. 5. Marketing Solution. What should a data architect recommend that would help uniquely identify the customer across multiple systems? Option A. Store the Salesforce ID in all the solutions to identify the customer. Option B. Create a custom field as external ID to maintain the customer ID from the MDM solution. Option C. Create a custom object that will serve as a cross-reference for the customer ID. Option D. Create a customer database and use this ID in all systems. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Create a custom field as external ID to maintain the customer ID from the MDM solution. Question 17. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, is in the process of evaluating big objects to store large amounts of asset data from an external system. NTO will need to report on this asset data weekly. Which two native tools should a data architect recommend to achieve this reporting requirement? Choose 2. Option A. Standard SOQL queries. Option B. Async SOQL with a custom object. Option C. Standard reports and dashboards. Option D. Einstein Analytics. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Async SOQL with a custom object. Option D. Einstein Analytics. Question 18. To address different compliance requirements such as General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, Personally Identifiable Information, P. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPPA, and others, a Salesforce customer decided to categorize each data element in Salesforce with the following. 1. Data owner. 2. Security level, i.e. confidential. 3. Compliance type, i.e. GDPR, P. HIPAA. A compliance audit would require Salesforce admins to generate reports to manage compliance. What should a data architect recommend to address this requirement? Option A. Build reports for field information. Then export the information to classify and report for audits. Option B. Create a custom object and field to capture necessary compliance information and build custom reports. Option C. Use the metadata API to extract field attribute information and use the extract to classify and build reports. Option D. Use field metadata attributes for compliance categorization, data owner, and data sensitivity level. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Use field metadata attributes for compliance categorization, data owner, and data sensitivity level. Question 19. Universal Containers, UC, is in the process of implementing an enterprise data warehouse, EDW. UC needs to extract 100 million records from Salesforce for migration to the EDW. What data extraction strategy should a data architect use for maximum performance? Option A. Utilize PK chunking with the bulk API. Option B. Install a third-party app exchange tool. Option C. Use the bulk API in parallel mode. Option D. Call the REST API in successive queries. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Utilize PK chunking with the bulk API. Question 20. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, has the following systems: Customer Master, Source of Truth for Customer Information Service Cloud, Customer Support Marketing Cloud, Marketing Communications Enterprise Data Warehouse. Business reporting. The customer data is duplicated across all these systems and are not kept in sync. Customers are also complaining that they get repeated marketing emails and have to call in to update their information. NTO is planning to implement a master data management (MDM) solution across the enterprise. Which three data issues will an MDM tool solve? Choose 3. Option A. Data loss and recovery. Option B. Data accuracy and quality. Option C. Data completeness. Option D. Data duplication. Option E. Data standardization. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Data accuracy and quality. Option C. Data completeness. Option D. Data duplication. Question 21. Universal Containers has a legacy client-server app that has a relational database that needs to be migrated to Salesforce. What are the 3 key actions that should be done when data modeling in Salesforce? Choose 3. Option A. Work with legacy application owner to analyze the legacy data model. Option B. Map legacy data to Salesforce objects. Option C. Implement the legacy data model within Salesforce using custom fields. Option D. Identify data elements to be persisted in Salesforce. Option E. Map legacy data to custom metadata types. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Work with legacy application owner to analyze the legacy data model. Option B. Map legacy data to Salesforce objects. Option D. Identify data elements to be persisted in Salesforce. Question 22. A customer wants to maintain geographic location information including latitude and longitude in a custom object. What should a data architect recommend to satisfy this requirement? Option A. Create formula fields with geolocation functions for this requirement. Option B. Create custom fields to maintain latitude and longitude information. Option C. Create a geolocation custom field to maintain this requirement. Option D. Recommend app exchange packages to support this requirement. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Create a geolocation custom field to maintain this requirement. Question 23. Universal Containers, UC, is in the process of selling half of its company. As part of this split, UC's main Salesforce org will be divided into two orgs, Org A and Org B. UC has delivered these requirements to its data architect. 1. The data model for Org B will drastically change with different objects, fields, and picklist values. 2. 3 million records will need to be migrated from Org A to Org B for compliance reasons. 3. The migration will need occur within the next 2 months. Prior to the split, which migration strategy should a data architect use to successfully migrate the data? Option A. Use an ETL tool to orchestrate the migration. Option B. Write a script to use the bulk API. Option C. Use the Salesforce CLI to query, export, and import. Option D. Use Data Loader for export and Data Import Wizard for import. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Use an ETL tool to orchestrate the migration. Question 24. Universal Containers has a requirement to store more than 100 million records in Salesforce and needs to create a custom big object to support this business. Requirement. Which two tools should a data architect use to build custom big object? Choose 2. Option A. Go to big object in setup and select new to create big object. Option B. Use metadata API to create big object. Option C. Go to Object Manager in Setup and select New to create big object. Option D. Use DX to create big object. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Go to Big Object in Setup and select New to create big object. Option B. Use metadata API to create big object. Question 25. A casino is implementing Salesforce and is planning to build a customer 360-degree view for a customer who visits its resorts. The casino currently maintains the following systems that record customer activity. 1. Point of sale system. All purchases for a customer. 2. Salesforce. AL customer service activity and sales activities for a customer. 3. Mobile app. All bookings, preferences, and browser activity for a customer. 4. Marketing. All email, SMS, and social campaigns for a customer. Customer service agents using Salesforce would like to view the activities from all 4 systems to provide support to customers. The information has to be current and real time. What strategy should the data architect implement to satisfy this requirement? Option A. Use a customer data mart to create the 360-degree view of the customer. Option B. Periodically upload summary information in Salesforce to build a 360-degree view. Option C. Migrate customer activities from all 4 systems into Salesforce. Option D. Explore external data sources in Salesforce to build a 360-degree view of the customer. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Explore external data sources in Salesforce to build a 360-degree view of the customer. Question 26. Universal Containers, UC, would like to build a human resources application on Salesforce to manage employee details, payroll, and hiring efforts, to adequately maintain and store the relevant data. The application will need to leverage 45 custom objects. In addition to this, UC expects roughly 20 API calls into Salesforce from an on-premise application DALI. Which license type should a data architect recommend that best fits these requirements? Option A. Lightning Platform Plus. Option B. Service Cloud. Option C. Lightning External App Starter. Option D. Lightning Platform Starter. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A, Lightning Platform Plus. Question 27. Universal Containers (UC) has the following systems. 1. Billing System. 2. Customer Support System. 3. CRM System. UC has been having trouble with business intelligence across the different systems. Recently UC implemented a Master Data Management (MDM) solution that will be the system of truth for the customer records. Which MDM data element is needed to allow reporting across these systems? Option A. Phone number. Option B. Email address. Option C. Full name. Option D. Globally unique identifier. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D, Globally unique identifier. Question 28. Universal Containers (UC) has a Salesforce org with multiple automated processes defined for group membership processing. UC also has multiple admins on staff that perform manual adjustments to the role hierarchy. The automated tasks and manual tasks overlap daily, and UC is experiencing log errors consistently. What should a data architect recommend to mitigate these errors? Option A. Remove SOQL statements from Apex loops. Option B. Enable sharing recalculations. Option C. Ask Salesforce support for additional CPU power. Option D. Enable granular logging. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D, Enable granular logging. Question 29. Northern Trail Outfitters (NTO) has a loyalty program to reward repeat customers. The following conditions exist. 1. Reward levels are earned based on the amount spent during the previous 12 months. 2. The program will track every item a customer has bought and grant them points for discounts. 3. The program generates 100 million records each month. NTO customer support would like to see a summary of a customer's recent transactions and the reward level S they have attained. Which solution should the data architect use to provide the information within Salesforce for the customer support agents? Option A. Create a custom big object to capture the reward program data. Display it on the contact record and update nightly from the point of sale system. Option B. Create a custom object in Salesforce to capture and store all reward programs. Populate nightly from the point of sale system and present on the customer record. Option C. Provide a button so that the agent can quickly open the point of sale system that displays the customer's history. Option D. Capture the reward program data in an external data store and present the 12-month trailing summary in Salesforce using Salesforce Connect and an external object. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Capture the reward program data in an external data store and present the 12-month trailing summary in Salesforce using Salesforce Connect and an external object. Question 30. Northern Trail Outfitters is migrating to Salesforce from a legacy CRM system that identifies the agent relationships in a lookup table. What should the data architect do in order to migrate the data to Salesforce? Option A. Migrate to Salesforce without a record owner. Option B. Migrate the data and assign to a non-person system user. Option C. Create custom object to store agent relationships. Option D. Assign record owners based on relationship. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Assign record owners based on relationship. Question 31. Northern Trail Outfitters, NTO, uses Sales Cloud and Service Cloud to manage their sales and support processes. Some of NTO's teams are complaining they see new fields on their page and are unsure of which values need be input. NTO is concerned about lack of governance in making changes to Salesforce. Which governance measure should a data architect recommend to solve this issue? Option A. Create reports to identify which fields users are leaving blank, and use external data sources to augment the missing data. Option B. Add description fields to explain why the field is used, and mark the fields as required. Option C. Create and manage a data dictionary, and use a governance process for changes made to common objects. Option D. Create validation rules with error messages to explain why the field is used. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Create and manage a data dictionary, and use a governance process for changes made to common objects. Question 32. Universal Containers needs to load a large volume of leads into Salesforce on a weekly basis. During this process, the validation rules are disabled. What should a data architect recommend to ensure data quality is maintained in Salesforce? Option A. Allow validation rules to be activated during the load of leads into Salesforce. Option B. Develop a custom batch Apex process to improve quality once the load is completed. Option C. Activate validation rules once the leads are loaded into Salesforce to maintain quality. Option D. Ensure the lead data is pre-processed for quality before loading into Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Ensure the lead data is pre-processed for quality before loading into Salesforce. Question 33. During the implementation of Salesforce, a customer has the following requirements for sales order. 1. Sales order information needs to be shown to users in Salesforce. 2. Sales orders are maintained in the on-premise Enterprise Resource Planning (ERP). 3. Sales order information has more than 150 million records. 4. Sales orders will not be updated in Salesforce. What should a data architect recommend for maintaining sales orders in Salesforce? Option A. Use custom objects to maintain sales orders in Salesforce. Option B. Use external objects to maintain sales orders in Salesforce. Option C. Use custom big objects to maintain sales orders in Salesforce. Option D. Use standard order object to maintain sale orders in Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Use external objects to maintain sales orders in Salesforce. Question 34. Universal Containers is preparing to implement Sales Cloud and would like its users to have read-only access to an account record if they have access to its child opportunity record. How would a data architect implement this sharing requirement between objects? Option A. Implicit sharing will automatically handle this with standard functionality. Option B. Create an owner-based sharing rule. Option C. Add appropriate users to the account team. Option D. Create a criteria-based sharing rule. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Implicit sharing will automatically handle this with standard functionality. Question 35. Universal Containers (UC) stores 10 million rows of inventory data in a cloud database. As part of creating a connected experience in Salesforce, UC would like to expose this inventory data to Sales Cloud without a direct import. UC has asked its data architect to determine if Salesforce Connect is needed. Which 3 considerations should the data architect make when evaluating the need for Salesforce? Connect. Choose 3. Option A. You want real-time access to the latest data from other systems. Option B. You need small amounts of external data at any one time. Option C. You need to expose data via a virtual private connection. Option D. You have a large amount of data and would like to copy subsets of it into Salesforce. Option E. You have a large amount of data that you don't want to copy into your Salesforce org. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. You want real-time access to the latest data from other systems. Option B. You need small amounts of external data at any one time. Option E. You have a large amount of data that you don't want to copy into your Salesforce org. Question 36. Universal Containers. UC has implemented Salesforce. UC is running out of storage and needs to have an archiving solution. UC would like to maintain 2 years of data in Salesforce and archive older data out of Salesforce. Which solution should a data architect recommend as an archiving solution? Option A. Build a batch job to move all records off platform and delete all records from Salesforce. Option B. Build a batch job to move 2-year-old records off platform and delete old records from Salesforce. Option C. Build a batch job to move all records off platform and delete old records from Salesforce. Option D. Use a third-party backup solution to back up all data off platform. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Build a batch job to move 2-year-old records off platform and delete old records from Salesforce. Question 37. Universal Containers. UC has a very large and complex Salesforce org with hundreds of validation rules and triggers. The triggers are responsible for system updates and data manipulation as records are created or updated by users. A majority of the automation tools within UC's org were not designed to run during a data load. UC is importing 100,000 records into Salesforce across several objects over the weekend. What should a data architect do to mitigate any unwanted results during the import? Option A. Ensure validation rules, triggers, and other automation tools are disabled. Option B. Ensure duplication and matching rules are defined. Option C. Bulkify the triggers to handle import loads. Option D. Import the data as smaller batches over a 24-hour period. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option A. Ensure validation rules, triggers, and other automation tools are disabled. Question 38. Universal Containers is using Salesforce for opportunity management and enterprise resource planning. ERP. For order management, sales reps do not have access to the ERP and have no visibility into order status. What solution should a data architect recommend to give the sales team visibility into order status? Option A. Leverage Canvas to bring the order management UI into the Salesforce tab. Option B. Build real-time integration to pull order line items into Salesforce when viewing orders. Option C. Build batch jobs to push order line items to Salesforce. Option D. Leverage Salesforce Connect to bring the order line item from the legacy system to Salesforce. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Leverage Salesforce Connect to bring the order line item from the legacy system to Salesforce. Question 39. A large multinational B2C Salesforce customer is looking to implement their distributor management application in Salesforce. The application has the following capabilities. 1. Distributors create sales orders in Salesforce. 2. Sales orders are based on product prices applicable to their region. 3. Sales orders are closed once they are fulfilled. 4. It is decided to maintain sales orders in opportunities object. How should the data architect model this requirement? Option A. Create lookup to custom price object and share with distributors. Option B. Manually update opportunities with prices applicable to distributors. Option C. Configure price books for each region and share with distributors. Option D. Add custom fields in opportunity and use triggers to update prices. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Configure price books for each region and share with distributors. Question 40. Universal Containers. UC. Uses the following Salesforce products. Sales Cloud for customer management. Marketing Cloud for marketing. Einstein Analytics for business reporting. UC occasionally gets a list of prospects from third-party sources as comma-separated values. CSV. Files for marketing purposes. Historically, UC would load these contacts into lead object in Salesforce and sync to Marketing Cloud to send marketing communications. The number of records in the lead object has grown over time and has been consuming large amounts of storage in Sales Cloud. UC is looking for recommendations to reduce the storage and advice on how to optimize the marketing process. What should a data architect recommend to UC in order to immediately avoid storage issues in the future? Option A. Load the CSV files in an external database and sync with Marketing Cloud prior to sending marketing communications. Option B. Continue to use the existing process to use lead object to sync with Marketing Cloud and delete lead records from Sales Cloud after the sync is complete. Option C. Load the contacts directly to Marketing Cloud and have a reconciliation process to track prospects that are converted to customers. Option D. Load the CSV files in Einstein Analytics and sync with Marketing Cloud prior to sending marketing communications. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Load the contacts directly to Marketing Cloud and have a reconciliation process to track prospects that are converted to customers.